Hey, everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We're here with an amazing lady who is a lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, entertainment industry icon, and accomplished equestrian. There's no horse around to it, who's made a priority to lead an active and healthy lifestyle. We'll show you how it's done. And she began her career as a dancer at 11 and went on to a career as a dancer, model, actress, producer, and owner of a successful modeling agency, and recognized as a beauty and luxury expert, and began Eye on the Scene website in '08 as a source for entertainment, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, and more. Also a singer, songwriter, musician, guitarist, playing in numerous venues, especially an active member of the Chicago Cabaret. And she's got a new song called I Like Rain. And of course, eye on this, eye on that, and keep an eye on everything, which I like, and hopefully you do as well. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studio somewhere in the United States. She's traveling all over the world, the lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, entertainment industry icon, owner of Eye on the Scene. She's got I Like Rain out and a lot more. So let's keep an eye on Irene Michaels. Irene, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thanks for joining us today.
Wow, thank you very much for having me. That was a mouthful. I'm very impressed.
We know something. I mean, look at your seat, which is like a king's scroll, almost like reading the Magna Carta or the Constitution and everything. I mean, you deserve that honor. So basically, you're a lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, entertainment industry icon, accomplished equestrian, also singer, songwriter, musician, guitarist, playing in numerous jazz venues, and active member of Chicago Cabaret. You began a career as a dancer at 11 and successful modeling agency. I mean, just a lot. You began Eye on the Scene back in '08 and other offshoots as well. You've got I Like Rain that's out. And before getting to all that, Irene, tell us how you first got started.
Wow. Okay, I'll do that.
Way
I
back.
was, all right. Yeah, I was to go like, hold on now. Uh, I was 11 years old, and when I first went to my cousin's dancing class at a studio,
Mhm.
and I was watching her take these lessons, I was just an observer. And I thought, oh, that looks like so cool. It was tap dancing. I thought,
Mm.
I want to do that. And immediately I fell in love with dance. So I studied dance for many years. I became a dancer and danced on Broadway. So that was one of my dreams.
Nice.
And uh, I was in chorus line for a little while. And so that's how I started. And then I started singing lessons and guitar lessons and acting lessons. And through my entire life until this very day, I'm still taking those lessons because you could
Oh,
never learn enough.
oh my gosh. I mean, how many lessons do you need to take? And of course, what are some other new lessons that you're venturing as well, too? So I guess why take all
Well,
these lessons, cooking lessons I like to do one day too. So
well, I have to profess, cooking, I am not. But I like to cook, but I'm just not great at cooking. My mother was a great cooker, and she'd had some recipes that were killer, but yeah, I just didn't gravitate to that.
well, that's perfectly okay. And if you watch enough cooking shows, and you'll start becoming an expert. But you never know. I mean, you began your career as a dancer, model, actress, producer, and accomplished equestrian and all that. I mean, a lot of things you've really built up as well too. And of course, I guess you can just say, how you manage to do it, and how do you keep up that level of intensity as well.
That's a question a lot of people ask me often, and I've given that some thought. And really, even as a child, I have always been very driven, very disciplined. I've always had dreams. I'm very adventurous, and I think all that makeup and that my personality is what really keeps inspiring me to go on. I
Mhm.
refuse to be defeated. I can't. If somebody said no, you can't do it, or that will never happen, that's like taboo to me because I don't believe that. And
Mhm.
wholeheartedly, I believe that no matter what you want, if you work hard enough at it, this is the American dream. You can have it, but it takes work, discipline, consistency, and belief.
And certainly does as well too. And was at one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
When I used to go to the movies as a child,
Hmm.
and I was so fascinated by this big screen and how glamorous everything looked that I said I wanted to be that. I wanted
Wow.
to be glamorous. I wanted to be exciting and relevant and alive and make believe, all of it.
Hmm. And
Still to this day.
And certainly does as well too. What are some of your favorite movies and actors growing up?
Oh, wow. I used to love Natalie Wood and, of course, Warren Beatty. And what was their famous film? What was their famous film?
Are you talking Natalie Wood or?
Yes, Natalie Wood. Um, it's about, oh, do you remember? It was with Warren Beatty. It was so popular. It escapes me right now.
Is it
In any event,
is it Heaven Can Wait?
no, no,
Ooh, oh my
no.
gosh.
Oh,
Let me look that up here. So I
yeah,
gotta
that's
find
gonna
it
drive
here.
me
So yeah.
crazy.
So it's this Warren Beatty and
Something in the grass, greener.
let's see, something in the grass, and and of course we're looking up. By the way, if anybody know the answer to the movie with Warren Beatty and Natalie Wood, you can let us know as well. So it is okay, by the way, to look up information. And by the way, this is the first time I'm be doing on the Mike Wagner Show. I'm doing something that is constructed I've never done before, which I'm sure other hosts have. But I'm gonna outright say it. I'm just gonna do it. So,
It's something in the grass, I'm sure.
let's see, Splendor in the Grass. That's the name of
That's
it.
it. Splendor in the Grass. I love that film. Another actor that I was crazy about was James Dean. Even
Hmm.
though he actually died before I really knew who he was, but I loved watching him. His work was so authentic. Marlon Brando, The Godfather. I mean, all those great actors.
Oh, yes, bigger
Singer
than the
Robert Goulet,
Godfather.
Eddie
But
Gourmet,
why, Uncle Yo?
Sammy
Why
Davis
you speak like
Jr.,
that?
Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, all of them.
Oh
A
my
lot of
God.
people inspired me.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you just go all the way back as well, too. And of course, you've always wanted to be in movies. You also appeared on TV like General Hospital. You also appeared on Mickey One, also Straight Talk as well, too. And maybe just a bit about that, especially General Hospital. It's like you had some really good people coming out there. I think, who was it?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. Sean King was on there, unless I'm thinking of something else. And then Katie McLean. I think there's quite a few others that just came from that soap opera genre, which went on to bigger and better things.
I remember one of the days that I was working on set, and it was sort of a surprise appearance because usually in the script, we get the script the night before and we learn it, and then we have to block it out the next morning. And this was not in the script, but Elizabeth Taylor appeared and she was in a cameo. And I thought, oh, now this is cool. Me on the same set as Elizabeth Taylor. So that was one of the highlights of working there, but certainly not the only one. The actors worked very hard. And you better know your stuff because if you don't, at that time, I think it cost the producers $2,000 a second or some ridiculous amount. And so people, if they didn't weren't up to snuff, they wouldn't last very long. So all the actors are really good.
Mm-hmm. $2,000 a second. It's like peanuts nowadays. What is it like? Equivalent
Right.
to what, 2 million now or something? It's like I lost track after a while.
I know. And I'm not even positive that's accurate, but I know it was a lot of money.
Hmm. And certainly does as well too. And of course, you continue on to being, of course, you talk about being a dancer, model, actress, also producer and owner of a successful modeling agency, recognized beauty, luxury, lifestyle, and equestrian. And of course, you also created Eye on the Scene and more as well. We'll talk about the Irene Michaels. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews. And Eve 11 enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com on over 40 podcast platforms. Heard in 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Apple Music, Pandora, Podbean, Odyssey, Buzzsprout. Tune in as well too. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble, and follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Make sure you take us with you on any mobile device. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas like great books like Missing Once and Wrinkles, you can also order T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/MeandMelson-Zia. Check it out today and support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, entertainment industry icon, and accomplished equestrian Irene Michaels here on the Mike Wagner Show. And before we talk about your latest release, I Like Rain, also your hottest website, Eye on the Scene, you're accomplished equestrian. Of course, there's no horse around to that. And of course, having all that, sometimes you think, equestrian doesn't, really happen. But how'd you first take up being an equestrian? This sounds very interesting.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, my aunt took me to a amusement park where they had merry-go-rounds and Ferris wheels. And then they had these little sort of donkeys or little ponies that you pay $2 and you ride around in a circle.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yes, I love those.
I did that, and I immediately fell in love with the animal, the horse. And I started taking lessons maybe I was 14 years old or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my first own horse by the time I was 21. And I saved for it, and I was so excited to have it. And ever since then, I've owned horses. And I got into the hunting aspect of riding, which is a little dangerous. It's a dangerous sport, but it's a great sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that. I ride in the formal hunt every Sunday in the Wayne DuPage hunt out in Wayne, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two horses, Mark and Paris. And I love riding, and riding is something I do to escape reality, just to go out and just be with me and my horse in nature, very grounded. And I just feel like a very different person, and it kind of regenerates me and recharges my battery.
Mm-hmm. And I also think about it too. I thought you might go into your parents and say, I want a pony for my birthday, like most people do, but then you just took the opposite of just saving up for one. That's a really good accomplishment.
Yeah,
and
I did ask for a monkey. I wanted, and we got rid of that monkey really fast. It was a naughty little thing.
I thought it was going bananas or something. Is that why you got rid of it? It was going bananas too much, maybe. So oh my gosh. I mean, we just
They're not great pets.
Well, they're great up on your shoulder eating peanuts, but yeah, I think that's a different story. More about that as well. They're great on zoos. And also I was just thinking about with the horses and everything. What breeds of horses do you have over on your farm, and what's your favorite breed of horse?
Oh, they're all my favorite, really. My particular breed is halflingers and thoroughbreds.
Oh, really?
I love every breed. They're, the pintos, the illusions. I mean, there's just so many horse breeds.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even begin to name them all. The Frisians. I mean, it's just so many.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And what's the breed of horse that you ride in for the equestrian?
My horse is a thoroughbred.
Thoroughbred, okay. And do you also participate in any of the equestrian races, tournaments, or anything like that, even if it's local, or do you do it like nationwide, the world, or anything like that?
I jumped many places, and I've won my ribbons and first and second and third place. When you're a rider of a certain caliber and you've earned the right to get your colors, they put a yellow color on your coat, your riding coat with your helmet, and that lets you, or actually allows you to ride all over the world.
Oh wow!
It's a wonderful honor, and it takes a lot of time, just like golf. It's a sport that's like one-on-one with yourself. It's like reminds me of skiing, because you really can't have a partner. You have to be the only thing on your skis are you. Same thing on your horse. The only person on a horse is you. The only one hitting a ball in a golf course is you. So that's the type of sport I like.
That sounds interesting as well too. You talk about the color being yellow, the ribbon being yellow, and everything. Is that the only color that
Oh,
you
no,
have, or
we
what are
have
some of
other
the other
colors.
colors, or what they go by rank? And in terms of that, what's the lowest rank and the color? Working up all the way up to yellow.
Well, it's like place, you first place, second place, third place, fourth
Okay.
place, and so on.
Okay.
Uh, and there's different disciplines in writing. There's dressage, there's barrel racing, there's rodeo,
Oh.
uh, which is something I don't do.
Darn! I was hoping to come out and see on that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's something as well too. And of course, enough of the horsing around, and you also transform over to just being in the entertainment industry also. Yeah, successful modeling agency, and you can talk a bit about that you like. But also what really made you successful was your website, Eye on the Scene, which came out in '08 as a source of entertainment, beauty, luxury lifestyle worldwide. And tell us more about Eye on the Scene and what was that moment that inspired you to start the website?
Well, as being an actress and entertainer most of my life, at some point you're not a dancer anymore, or you're not acting as much or modeling, but I still wanted to be a part of the that world. So I thought, what else could I do other than report on it? And kept me in the vein of all of that, since I liked the glamour and sort of like the fast lane, if I may. And so all that appealed to me. And so I started writing about celebrities instead of being on a show or being the celebrity on a show. I started writing about them and going to red carpets, and eventually my my website became very popular, and it's basically about lifestyle and glamour and beauty and equestrian. It has 4 different categories. Um, it gives me an opportunity to use it as a platform for my skincare line and the
Oh.
book that I wrote, and so it serves for a lot of purposes. And all the stories that we write about the current things that are going on with the people in the business, I think it's pretty interesting. So I get an awful lot of comments on it.
You also talk about having the four divisions of Eye on the Scene. What are the other divisions?
It's Eye on Beauty, Eye on the Scene, Eye on the Horse.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're all very exciting categories.
And sounds very exciting as well too. And of course, you being an accomplished singer, you also did "I Like Rain," and we got to listen to it. It is very amazing. We'll talk about that just 1 minute with Irene Michaels. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios, and brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The Missing. We'll be back with the multi-talented Irene Michaels of Eye on the Scene after this timeout. We're back with lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, entertainment industry icon, Irene Michaels, here on the Mike Wagner Show. We talked about the website, Eye on the Scene, and also being a lifelong entertainer, equestrian, and beginning a career as a dancer 11 and everything taken off. You're also a singer as well, too. You've got I Like Rain that's out right now. And tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write it.
Yeah, that song is an interesting story to it. I was at a circus, which happens to be my husband's circus in New York City, called the
Mm.
Big Apple Circus. And the music was outstanding for this show. And I was sitting next to a man, and I was talking to him, a total stranger. And I said, "Oh my God, I love this music. I'd like to meet the composer." And he said, "Well, it's me." And of
Oh,
course, I
wow.
thought he was pulling my leg. I said, "Sure, it's you. Okay." And we got to talking and all. And then Arnie, who was my husband, came up and introduced the two of us. And for sure, he was the composer. And his name is Michael A. Levine. And
Huh.
he's done so many different scores for movies and a lot of TV series. And I said, we both talked about it'd be fun to collaborate and write a song together. So that's what we did. I went to the studio. He has a studio out in Los Angeles, and we started to write, song and get the lyrics down and the melody. And all of a sudden, I Like Rain was born, and it's a pretty popular song, so I'm very proud of it.
And certainly a proud indeed as well, too. And if there's other music you got on there, and feel free to talk about it as well.
Well, the other songs I've written, I'm the One. I think it's going to be released next week. and the other one is Words and Stolen Memories. I also do cover songs. I also do cabaret shows. I have my own band called Our House Band, and
Nice.
performs in different clubs around the city in New York and LA as well.
Okay. And you also talked about you wrote a book as well too, and we'd like to hear more about that.
It's called Living Beautifully and Luxuriously Over 50. It's for women. It's Ion Beauty Living Luxurious and Beautifully Over 50. And what it is for women who are over 50 and men too, even though it doesn't say man on it, it absolutely can cater to the man. It's all about how to eat healthy, how to be young, like myself at my age, how to all these different beauty tips that you could take right out of your refrigerator. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it.
Hmm.
Little tips like how about putting mayonnaise on your hair at night, overnight, and let it stay out all
Oh
night.
my gosh, mayonnaise on
Yeah,
your hair. I
yep, yep.
never thought about that. Is that gonna make my hair grow really or what?
Oh, it might grow some seeds there.
Oh, there you go. I like that. And let the seeds blow away and let somebody else grow their hair. I like that idea.
Yeah, and so it's also gives you like tips from celebrities, like I think it was the one who puts the coffee beans on her body every night, and she's
Hmm.
after you drink your cup of coffee or you have your coffee grinds, you rub them on your body at night. I think it was Holly Berry,
Oh,
and
I remember that. Yeah, and I was going to ask you what blend did she do it with?
yeah,
Was it
right,
rainforest or something?
Colombian.
Oh, I guess I'll have to try that sometime. Maybe like a rainforest Starbucks or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Elizabeth Taylor used to put sesame seeds all over her body. And that kind of like it keeps the skin very moist. Sometimes it could bleach the skin too. So that was one thing. Catherine Zeta Jones washes her hair with beer. And
Oh,
so that also works. So there's a
hmm.
bunch of little tips like that and secrets, diets, exercise, clothing, what you should wear and not wear after a certain age to be appropriate.
Mm-hmm. That sounds interesting. And I remember, I guess there was a shampoo that was made of beer. I think, God, it was like back in the 70s or whatever it is. And I think that's like for women and men. And, I tried that. It's like, I really don't know what the difference is, but it makes you want to have a Budweiser afterwards. So,
Okay.
so we just have all that. And in the meantime, where can we find, I on the Scene? Where can we find I Like Rain? And where can we find all your works at, Irene?
Well, I like Raiders on all the platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all of them, YouTube Music as well. And the website, www.ionthescene.com, you can pull it up on your browser and it will give you all this information, how to contact me, and a lot of good information, hopefully, for you to read and enjoy.
All right. Well, certainly check that out as well, too. We're here with the multi-talented, lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, and entertainment industry icon, Irene Michaels, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more minutes, Irene. What else can we expect from you in 2023 and beyond?
More of the same. More songs, uh, perhaps more books. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Certainly, I think the makeup line is just about where it should be, and just more of me, more of me.
Okay. And of course, more of horses as well, too, hopefully. So no horseplay for a while.
Sure.
So
No horseplay.
there you go. Yes. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
As far as horses or acting or
Anything.
singing or anything,
Anything. It can be anything.
um, Clark Gable.
Mm.
I know it's a man, not a woman, but there was something about his chemistry and his connection with the audience that people were just fascinated by watching him. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. And
Mm-hmm.
so I thought he was excellent. Susan Hayward, these are all, older actors. Um, the one who played the nun, beautiful woman.
Sally Field.
No, that's much later.
Oh, okay.
Jennifer
Let's
Jones,
see.
maybe was it Jennifer Jones?
Let's see. Shirley
Claudette
Jones,
Colbert,
Julie Andrews. Let's see. I'm trying to
Barbara
think of all the
Streisand, not Streisand, but Barbara
Barbara
Stanwyck,
Stanwyck. Barbara Stanwyck. Yes, that's it. I was trying to think of all the nuns that were portrayed
Ava
back in the day.
Gardner, Even Marilyn Monroe, Marilyn Monroe was never given the credit she deserved. Was really pretty smart,
Mm.
pretty smart girl.
Mm.
Unfortunately, she was depressed much of the time,
Mhm.
but she knew what she was doing.
It sounded like it. And of course, we all take credit as well. Yes. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Follow your dreams. Keep following your dreams. Never give up. It's
Hmm.
not what happens to you, it's how you handle it.
That's a very good point. I seem to like that one. Once again, we're lifelong entertainer, entrepreneur, entertainer, industry icon of Eye on the Scene and her latest release, I Like Rain. Irene Michaels here on the Mike Wagner Show. Irene, a very big thank you for your time. It's been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us
You
up to
bet.
date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, before you go, what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your works?
www.eyeonthescene.com. That is my website. And if you go to any Spotify or YouTube or Apple Music, SoundCloud, you can look up my song, I Like Rain, and you'll listen to it with the rest of them.
We will certainly check those out. Once again, Irene, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up
Thank
to
you.
date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. Wish you all the best. And Irene, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you.